There we go. That feels like a good fish. That's a good one. This is a good one. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Oh, man. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Panhandle Slam Outdoors. I'm out here in Dauphin Island this morning with my buddy Nate from Southern Salt. He has apparently found some good speckled trout, possibly some bull reds around this area. So we're going to get over here, start throwing this hoodwink around these docks, hopefully hook up on something good. Y'all stay tuned, let's see what we do. Alright guys, what we're going to be starting off with this morning is the White Minnow of Death hoodwink by Southern Salt right here. If y'all want to get any of these baits, I'll put a link in the description on where y'all can get them. And make sure to use code SLAM and that'll get you 10% off your entire order. We're going to start throwing this thing around these docks right here and just kind of working around, seeing if we can pick something up. Oh, there's one. Missed one. There we go. That feels like a good fish. That's a good one. This is a good one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A good one. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Oh man. God mighty. Don't come off. Don't come off. Don't come off. Don't come off. God mighty. Come here, buddy. I ain't gonna keep you. Yes, sir. Dude, that's a stud. This is a stud. Whoo-wee. Heck yeah, guys. Y'all check that out right there. Y'all check out this beautiful trout. Just as fat as they come. Oh my goodness. Y'all see it right there. White Minnow of Death hoodwink right there in his mouth. Y'all check out that trout right there, guys. That is a stud. Fat as they get. Beautiful, beautiful trout. Let me get this bait out, get a couple pictures and a measurement. We'll get this guy back. Heck yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, that's a freak. That one's bigger than I thought,
dude. This one's big.
He's 24, 25 inches.
Yeah, absolutely. Put this board. See what we got here. Man, this might be my PB.
26.
26 inches. Y'all check it out. Hey, Nate put me on him right there, guy. We ain't been out here 5 minutes. Y'all check out that beautiful fish right there. All right, let's get a good release on this girl. We ain't gonna keep this one. We are gonna be keeping a couple. Try to do a catch, clean, and cook, but not this girl right here. Whew. And there she goes. I dang sure appreciate the fight. Man, dude, that's the biggest trout I've caught all year for sure. I mean, that's a half inch. That's a half inch off my PB. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and swing back on over here real quick where I just caught that fish because I did get smoked right before I caught that one. Let me go ahead and show y'all what I'm using. Like I said, obviously this is that Southern Salt hoodwink in the White Minnow with Death color. Got that on a 1/4 ounce screwball jig head by Southern Salt. These are some quality jig heads right here. Anyways, I'm experimenting with bait casters right now. So I've got this Cast King Spartacus. Got that spooled up with Suffix 15-pound 832 braid. I got that on a Falcon Altrex medium action rod, 7 foot. First fish I have caught on this rod is a 26-inch trout. So I think it's going to be a good rod, man. Yeah, we're going to get back out here, keep on casting around, see if we can pick up another one. That's going to be hard to beat right there. That's only a half inch off of my all-time PB speckled trout, which is 26.5 inches. There we go. Little one. He ain't quite as big as that other one. Oh, this is a white trout. All right, guys, y'all check it out. I think I've caught a couple of these on my channel before, but they were real small. But this is what's called a white trout right here. As y'all can see, almost identical to a speckled trout, but they ain't got no speckles. Beautiful fish, really. They don't get quite as big as speckled trout typically. I don't think there's much of a limit, size limit or limit period on these things. But we ain't keeping none of these guys today. Appreciate the fight. See you later. I just realized I don't even think I kissed that big trout. I was so worked up and excited about it. I'm getting some bites right here. There we go. That feels like another decent one right there, guys. I think this is going to be another decent one. Either that or he's foul hooked. Yeah, he's foul hooked. Ah, I got a mullet. A foul hooked mullet. No wonder he felt so big. All right, guys, I'll check him out. Hooked him right in the side. Appreciate the fight, buddy. See you later. Hey, that's kind of cool, at least. Won't complain. I'll take what I can get. All right, guys, so all I'm doing with this thing is just throwing it out here, kind of close to these docks, letting it sink just a little bit. I'm just reeling it in and giving it a nice pop, letting it fall. Nice pop, letting it fall. All the way in, just like that. And that bait is just coming up, going down, coming up, going down. And it gives a real good presentation in the water. And these hoodwinks are absolutely fire. They look great in the water. If y'all haven't never used a hoodwink, I highly suggest picking some up and checking it out because they definitely get the job done. There we go. There's one. Feels decent. Dang. Is that a white trout? Yep. Another white trout. Man, that's a pretty good sized white trout right there. Yeah, check him out. Nice fat white trout. He's probably about, I don't know, 14 inches or so. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Looks like Nate's hooked up there. 13 and a half inches, but man, he is so fat and healthy. Appreciate the fight, buddy. See you later. There we go. Little one, white trout. Another white trout. These are some solid white trout though. All right, guys, let's check them out. Not what we're looking for, but still fun to catch. Appreciate the fight. See you later. There we go. What is this? A little redfish? A little redfish. All right, I'll take it. Beautiful, beautiful little redfish. He's probably only about, I don't know, 14 inches, something like that. Beautiful blue tail on him. 2 spots on this side, 1 on this side. I appreciate the fight, buddy. See you later. All right, guys, well, as y'all can see, the trout weren't really biting very good around those docks, so we've kind of moved over towards this marsh grass right here, and I have switched it up and I started throwing this southern salt minnow shad. This is the swamp gold color, and I got that on that same 1/4 ounce screwball jig head, and Mr. Redfish couldn't resist it. We're gonna keep on casting down this marsh line and see if we can pick up a few more. Oh man, come on, come on, come on. Oh my gosh, I screwed that up. Dude, it was a freaking nice redfish and I ran it by him. He nipped it and I didn't set the hook. That was probably about a 24, 25 incher. All right, guys, well, didn't have a whole lot of luck around that marsh, seen a few redfish. Put it right in front of them, they wouldn't eat it. We have come back over here to these docks and I've switched back to the white minnow death hoodwink. We're gonna kind of hit these docks pretty hard. See if we can get on a couple more speckled trout. Like I said, hopefully do a catch, clean, and cook for y'all. It's the plan. Holy crap, look at this schooled mullet right here. Jeez Louise. There we go. There he is. That's a decent one. Broke my line. What the heck? Alright guys, well, no idea what happened there. Could have had my drag a little bit looser, I reckon. But, I mean, that was a decent trout. That was probably a 17-inch trout or so. Definitely would have been a keeper, but it just broke my line, man. I don't know what's up with that. Well, let's get re-rigged, try it again. There we go. Alright, that's a speck. Decent little speck. Alright guys, y'all check him out. Nice little speckled trout, nice and healthy. Give a quick measurement. 13.5. Appreciate the fight, buddy. See you later. Not legal. There we go. That's my problem right there. What the heck, man? I ain't never seen one of these. I don't like this guy. I do not like the looks of this fella. What in the world? Y'all look at that thing. Get out of here. I didn't like that one bit. There we go. There's one. Feels like a decent one. Redfish. Little redfish. Little red. I'll take it. First little bit of action I've had in a minute. Alright guys, y'all check them out. Nice little pretty redfish. 13 inches probably. Appreciate the fight. See you later, buddy. Alright guys, well, it's been a little bit slow, but we're fishing this last little stretch of dock, heading back to the truck, and we got some good current moving through here now. Nate just caught a couple good fish. I just caught that little redfish. Hopefully the bite's about to pick up, and we can pick up a few more fish before we get out of here.
Alright y'all, so we're fixing to clean up our speckled trout right here. Went ahead and did this side for my video. I'm gonna do the other side for Panhandle Slam's video. So we're gonna flip it over. We do have the Sword 9-inch medium flex fillet knife, and we're just gonna go into that fish just right there, all the way till we get down to the spine. Once we get to the spine, we gotta be careful to make sure we don't go all the way through. This one thing with speckled trout, it's real easy to cut through the spine, and we're just gonna take our time, being real careful right here. And we're going to work that meat right there, just like that. We're going to try to get that belly meat out the way. So we get about to the end right there. We'll flip it up and over. Now, all that right there is just rib cage and belly, right? So no meat left behind right there. And all we're going to do is come back in, go down to the skin, and just like that right there, we have our speckled trout fillet. We got a little bit of rib bones left right there. We'll just slide them out the way and then come in here and get our pin bones. Just like that, we got some nice clean speckled trout fillet. Got the burner going, we're gonna whip out the old gat. And voila. That was kind of anticlimactic, but you know, I like it. Alright, so we got our cast iron skillet out here, got our burner going, flames going to that. The first thing I want to do is just take some old hamburger buns right here. We're gonna spread some mayo on it. And I want to get a good toast on my buns before I start putting fish and everything else in this pan. Alright, blue plate, only the best. There's really only, in my opinion, 2 acceptable forms of mayonnaise. Blue plate or dupes. The Hellmans can stay at the house. It ain't worth the crap. I like blue plate, but if you have dupes, it is acceptable. We'll take it. You could use butter here. I just think mayonnaise makes just an awesome kind of crust for like a good bun that's going to be toasted, right? So we got our mayonnaise down. We're going to go ahead and lay these down on the cast iron, get them toasted real quick. and then we'll be putting our fish on. Just take a quick little peek. Nobody wants burnt bread. Do a little rotate right there because some of those buns are, yeah, that one's just about right. Yeah, that one's not even close. All right, so while our buns are going, we're going to use the old Blackstone as a table, and we're just going to take some Compass Point Blend Cajun seasoning. They are out of Ocean Springs, Mississippi. We got to support our local people, and they make an amazing product. So we're just going to dust our fish, give a little squirt of lemon on there, do a little flip, and we repeat. And get out of here.
I was waiting on it.
That was a big lemon, dude.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that one's right. That one's right. 5 seconds later, and we'd be having a catastrophe. You ain't got no more buns. We gotta add one extra step. We do got our bacon grease. We'll go down with a nice little dollop of bacon grease, because bacon grease makes everything better. And if you're not saving your bacon grease, well, you're just missing out. All right, now we'll scoop up our fish right there. Oh, the sizzle still. And we'll let that roll. Now all we're looking to do is to see that kind of color. You've got our thickest part of our fillet right here. So when we're getting color climbing more than halfway through that fillet, we'll do a simple little flip. Probably 3 minutes on each side. This is a pretty thick fillet of trout. Alright, I would say we're getting just about ready for a flip here. Now these are going to be sandwiches, so if they fall apart, not the end of the world. That is looking good, dude. Now, here's the cheat code. If you go to flip, you see I'm missing a little bit on my fish right there that's stuck. It wasn't ready to flip. If it's ready to flip, it'll release just fine. So I may have flipped that just a little prematurely, but that ain't gonna hurt nothing at all. So we'll leave that right there, let it finish off, and while it is, we'll just take the other half of that lemon, get a good little squeeze in there. You don't want to do this first because lemon has sugar in it, and it will burn in the bottom of your pan, so you don't want it's sitting in there, you know, for 15 minutes just burning and stuff. We can put it on right now because we're just about ready, and we gotta get that lemon out of here. Alright, so sticking our spatula in there, so you see how that's sliding around, not sticking at all. So it's definitely done on that side. Also, you see we got a piece of fish that's kind of flaked away right there, and that tells me our fish is, this one is not done, this one is done. So we'll slide that more towards the center, let it go for just a tad bit longer, and we'll probably leave that one on there with it just to keep it from getting cold and stuff. All right, let's go ahead and plate up our fish. I told y'all it was gonna fall apart, and it did, but that's all right. We'll just stack it up right here. It's gonna be perfect. Be good. It's gonna be perfect, dude. It's not often you get trout that is that thick, right?
That is a nice trout.
That, dude, that is a thick 19-inch trout right there.
All right, guys, about to go in, start constructing my sandwich. Go in with my bun, get a little bit of this fish right here. Nate's over there chowing down. It looks pretty good.
I'm a horrible host.
A little bit of lettuce, a little bit of tomato, a couple pickles. And last but not least, we'll take this other bun, put some mayo on here, throw it together. Uh-oh, I put mine on upside down.
I think I left you with 2 butts.
That's fine. All right, guys, I got my sandwich put together. About to go in for a bite. I kind of flattened mine down a little bit, but it looks amazing. You really taste that lemon.
It's good.
Really, really good. Nice and simple. I don't know how you get much better.
What else do you say about a fish sandwich?
That's what I'm saying. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here. Had a great time out there today. Caught some nice fish. Caught a really nice fish, that 26-inch trout. Man, that made the whole trip. Those fish sandwiches Nate just whipped up, 10 out of 10. Hard to beat, really, really good. I want to give a shout out to Nate for inviting me up here to go fishing with him. I had a great time as always. If you like this type of content, I try to post new fishing videos every single week. So hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below with any questions. We'll see y'all next time.